Yeah. Hey, yeah. Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where My Mom's At podcast with Christina P.
Oh, thank you for being here. Happy New Year. We're back, getting back into life, trying to shed the pounds that I gained on vacation in Hawaii. I had the courage to weigh myself today. Nadav, have you weighed yourself since you've been back from China?
Yeah, I didn't gain as much weight as I thought I might have.
Same here, and I was really dreading the weigh-in. Did you dread it? Did you put it off?
Yeah, I was like, I ate like such a piece of shit on vacation. Because I mean, like, I wasn't keto. I was just like, I'm not going to be keto when I'm abroad.
No.
You know? You're not going to be watching yourself when you're in Hawaii.
Hawaii.
You gotta eat that pig.
Hell yeah, bro.
You gotta eat all that poo-poo platter, right?
Bro, I poo-pooed it up. I had poo-poo ribs. I had pig. I had dessert every night. I had wine. So much alcohol.
Hell yeah, pineapple every day.
Hell yeah, bro.
Getting those fruit sugars.
And lay down. A lot of lay downs.
So I mean, what was it? Was it bad for you?
The total? No, I gained 3.5 pounds.
Oh, see, it's always better than you think it's gonna be. You're always like.
Yeah.
Fuck, I gained 20 pounds in these 3 days. And then you come back and you're like, oh, it was only like less than 5. That's great.
Right, because how much damage can you do in 6 or 7 days or whatever? But then again, you tack on Thanksgiving, right? Which you're just trying to break even.
Yeah,
and then...
it's a problematic couple of months, kind of. The end of the year is the roughest because it's just back-to-back eating holidays.
It is so good, I know. And I've thrown out all the treats almost. Oh, anyway.
Oh, that's good.
Anyway, I'm glad to be back. I've missed everybody here. And all right, let's get into some biz first because 2020 is going to be busy for this mom right here. January 30th through February 1st, I'm in Houston, Texas at the Houston Improv. February 14th through 15th, come spend your Valentine's Day with me in Tampa, Florida at the Tampa Improv. February 28th and 29th in San Francisco at Cobb's Comedy Club. And then March 7th, Pasadena, the Ice House show I had to cancel back in October due to stomach flu. Your tickets will be honored. March 13th and 14th at Doral, Florida at the Miami Improv. March 26th to 28th, Dallas at the Addison Improv. April 3rd through 4th. New York City, aka Jew Dork Titties, Caroline's Comedy Club, April 24th through 25th, Des Moines, Iowa at the Funny Bone, June 12th through 13th, Fartnix, Arizona at Stand Up Live. And I do believe I've added San Antonio in July, San Antonio, Texas at the LOL Comedy Club. That'll be up for sale shortly as well. Yeah, lots of exciting stuff coming up this year. I don't want to blow my load, but I'm stoked. There's many good things in the works. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for sending your emails in. They've just been pouring in. The last episode, I think, really struck a nerve with so many people. We're talking about dad participation. A lot of you were like, I really appreciate you playing that clip of the dad's braiding girl's hair because, my father was a single dad and he braided my hair and it was so special that he did that. And it's so special when a dads learn how to do that for their daughters. And then I got several emails from dads who, surprise, actually do stuff for their kids on a consistent basis. It's almost as if they're being moms. So I just want to read this one. It was interesting. Work from home dad. Hi, Christina. I'm currently listening to episodes 27, and I just wanted to write in about my family. I'm a full-time working mom outside the home, and my husband works from home. He is the sole caretaker of my 2.5-year-old and will also be for our daughter that will be born any day now. Wow, congrats. This arrangement has really worked for us. My husband is such a hands-on dad and does every single aspect. When I get home from work, we have family time, and then I handle bath and bedtime since I've been gone all day. I know it's not typical roles, but I feel like my son really benefits because he's so close to his dad, but is still really close to me. He doesn't have a go-to parent and loves to snuggle and seek comfort from both of us. It has also allowed me some time to rest during this pregnancy because my husband can handle my son when I've been too tired. Anyway, I just wanted to bring attention to our situation and how much it has worked for us. Thanks for the podcast. Oh, thank you, Victoria from Texas. So there you go. that's amazing. So that there's a work from home dad situation. It's less common, but yes, it can work. Because I think a lot of people are like, is that even possible? Is it possible that a man can do the things a woman does? The answer is yes. Let's see this. No, this one's too long. Too much of a bummer. I had another one. Oh, the division of duties. Somebody wrote this one in, and I almost had a heart attack because I couldn't believe what I was reading.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
No, it's an amazing thing where you're like, wait, this should exist. So listen, yes, there's anomalies to every situation. Yes, there are exceptions to the rule, but I'll tell you, all right, let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100 as we do on this show. The majority of us moms, the majority of the women that I think I know and that live on planet Earth, moms, let's face it, we run the castle. All right, we're the fucking CEOs of the house. We're the ground zero. We're the sun, the center of the home. And dads, not so much. So when you get an email like this, you're like, wow, this is real. So here we go. Hey, Jeans, just finished your most recent podcast where you asked if families are evolving in regards to the wife-husband division of duties. My situation may be unusual, but I still thought I would share. When I met my husband, he was a single father to an amazing 6-year-old girl. He has full custody for a whole array of reasons, but ultimately he has been able to provide a safe and stable home for this little girl. I have to mention that he is highly skilled at braiding her hair after years of post-bath hair braiding before bedtime to avoid fighting tangles in the morning. My husband is a teacher, and I am an engineer that frequently is out on construction sites, bossing around men twice my age. We are aware that our professions are not typical for our genders. Overall, our household duties have evolved to a near even split. Did you hear that, ladies and gentlemen? Should I read that over again? Overall, our household duties have evolved to a near even split. This is the part I almost fainted at. And I thought, like, I read this email and then I thought about the email throughout the course of the day. Here's the line that got me. Pretty much, if you see something that needs to be done, then you do it. Don't wait for the other partner to get it done. Sorry, I stammered a little at the end. If I cook, oh God, he cleans up and vice versa. I start laundry, and by the next day, I'll find him on the couch folding away with another load in the machine. I'm choking up just reading something like this. This may be because we are both children of divorce and single mothers. We've been through the ringer from previous failed relationships and have learned the hard way how we want to be treated and how to treat our partners. Our wonderful stepdaughter is now 11 and is doing her own laundry, unloading the dishwasher, takes the trash out, and feeds the doggies in the morning. She makes her lunches in the morning, makes her own breakfast, and knows how to cook her favorite meals. Thanks for all the laughs, Tina. This is Ashley from Charlotte, North Carolina. I mean, I know, and it sounds so crazy for me to be here in 2020 and be like, this is a revolutionary email, but maybe just in my house, because I'm like, Tom does not. He doesn't see needs in the house like, hey, I should pick that thing up off the floor. He grumbles like the dog vomited on the sofa, and he was like, God damn it, now I gotta clean this up. I wish I hadn't seen this. Like, he gets more upset that he saw the thing that he has to deal with that's imminent. Yeah, most of us don't have this situation. So congratulations, Ashley from Charlotte. Do you have to exchange BJs for this? Like, do you just get this? Is what I'm trying to figure out. This is free, is what you're trying to... Wow. Because I feel like a lot of... Like, if I had to talk with my husband, like, you need to do half and half. Like, I just don't know how that even would go down. I feel like...
Do you think if you showed this email to Tom, that he would respond positively?
I don't know.
You're like, hey, I want to come home one time and see you folding laundry with a load in the machine.
Oh, sorry. Oh, gosh.
You don't think that would happen?
Oh, are you crazy? Who are you? You know my husband. You think that would ever... He's never folded... I've never seen him fold laundry in 15 years.
What do you think the first words out of his mouth would be after you showing him that email?
He'd laugh. He'd laugh and throw the phone at my face. He wouldn't do that. He'd throw the fucking... There's no, I mean, it's just not, I'm telling you, the guy never, I don't think I've seen him fold laundry. He'll do the dish thing. I'll force him to put dishes in the dishwasher, but whew, man, this is like, I don't know how, you know what, Nadav, I'm going to show this to him and then I'll try to record his reaction.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Let's do that.
Yeah, maybe propose it, be like, hey, Valentine's Day is coming up and I know exactly what I want. 24 hours of what this email entails, and then see what his reaction is.
I know. But see, here's the deal, man, and I got to be honest, and maybe this is not a, PC opinion, but like he is the primary breadwinner right now, so he's the one out busting his balls. He's gone all year making a living, and I'm the one that's primarily home. So it's like, okay, yeah, he's not doing laundry and shit because A, he's not here, and B, like, okay, that's the trade-off we're making. Like, he's out earning a living. So I don't know. It's complicated. You'd like to think that everything is black and white, and then you have family and you're like, this is not. It's and it's also part of my hang-ups. Like, I'm afraid of rocking the boat because I'm so, whatever. I'm me, and I'm afraid of upsetting him. I don't know. Well, I'll try. I'll see what he says. It'll be really interesting.
I'm very interested to see what the reaction is.
Because he grew up in a tradish home where his mom did the interior of the house and he did the exterior. And so I think he and I have kind of like used that as our model.
Right.
Because I take the kids. I do the kid stuff. Anyways, I'm moving along. I got to go on to other thoughts here. So I had this interesting conversation with Iris, actually, who's been on the show. She's my cousin-in-law. We vacationed with her and my in-laws, and it's so funny because being a parent to two small children is, yes, amazing in many ways and a blessing, and it has opened me up and changed me in ways I didn't think was possible. And all that stuff. Okay, so let's preface that by saying it's amazing. However, it is also the worst job on the planet. It sucks so bad. Like when it sucks so much. And I don't know if that's just me being overly sensitive to things because I had such a weird upbringing. But like, for instance, there's moments in my day where I'm like, what has my life become? Like, the baby will be crying because I've pulled an electrical cord out of his hand that he wants to be playing with. So he's hysterically crying. And then my other son will start crying because the baby is crying. And now he's upset because he's not getting attention and he doesn't want to sit down and eat his dinner. And he's thrown his plate of food on the floor. And now the dog is eating the plate of food. And I finally get the food away from the dog. And now everyone's still crying. Nobody's eating or doing what they're supposed to be doing. 2 minutes later, I go into the other room. The dog's vomited on the rug. Like it's like this chain reaction of moments when you're a mom or a dad or whatever, and you're like, like there was a time in my life when I slept until 11 and I just brunched, and my life was whimsical, and I could just walk out the front door at any time to go buy a Slurpee or, I'd just do anything really. And the profound suck of being a parent sometimes that women don't share this. It's like our dirty little secret. And I asked Iris, I was like, why is every woman out there like for centuries we're trained to just shut the fuck up and go, best job in the world. Like we're totally brainwashed to not say anything remotely negative about the experience of motherhood. And I'm like, why? And Iris said, she had a really interesting observation. She goes, well, maybe it has something to do with guilt. And I go, well, how do you mean? And she says, well, I feel guilty if I even say anything remotely, negative or ambivalent about being a mom. And I thought, oh, well, that's interesting. Yes, that's true. There is a guilt built in because, so many of us struggled to get pregnant. I did Clomid with the first baby, IVF with the second baby, and you're so thankful to finally have children. And there are people that try to conceive and can't, and you're like, I'm such a dick that I even have bad moments and I'm complaining. And the other, I guess, what is the other guilt? That someone else will judge you for having a crappy thought about motherhood. Is it but for as far as I'm concerned, I'm like, I don't fucking care. What's my kid gonna watch this podcast? And if he is, great, he's got a great life because of my complaining about the experience of raising them. Okay, so I can still love my children profoundly and not love every minute of the experience. And
Catch me outside.
yeah, catch me the fuck outside. And I feel like there's such a taboo against even saying what I'm saying right now. And anyways, I just wanted to say it out loud. I don't know if someone out there needed to hear it, that you can profoundly hate moments of motherhood and still love your children fiercely and be thankful for every minute that they exist. It's like parenthood is simultaneously being annoyed so much. You're just so annoyed and you love them so much at the same. It's like holding these two very different emotions at once. It's damn near impossible some moments. But anyways, no one ever fucking said this to me before I became a parent, and I just thought I would say it to you in case it benefited you. So there you go. I said it. It's out in the ethers. And my mission with this show is to normalize a lot of the feelings that have gone really secret in the mom world. A lot of bullshit. And I think culturally women could not say anything bad about their situations because they were held hostage, right? Like in the 1950s, guy worked and you had to stay home and have babies. There were no other options. So anyways, also there's a Facebook group for Where My Mom's At that Candace started. It's really cool. I go on there. I just, post something and get out, and I read stuff too. So if you want to go and discuss this show or any momming issues, it's a very cool space. It is a non-judgmental, cool mom space where people are posting stuff from sleep training tips. Yeah, put Where My Mom's At Facebook group. It's so fantastic. There's about, I think, 800 people on there now, just putting their best stuff out there. Let's see, what is it called? It was called Where My Mom's At Facebook. I searched in Facebook. You'd have to probably log in there. There's my account. Okay, Nadav, you're in my account. Oh, Sam Griswold got engaged. There we are, 707 members Where My Mom's At. That's the one, I believe. And there you can post your stuff. There we go. It's so cool. It's so cool. It's the group that I wanted to have exist when I had my children, and now I'm glad it exists for other women and all of us to participate. Look, people are posting the craziest shit there. I love this. How fun. What a great group. So thank you for doing that. Attention, here, someone just wrote, attention single moms, please announce yourself. I'll now become your child's new father. Somebody posted that. It's all good energy. It's all good vibes. No judgment. We're all just trying to get through this shit show called parenting, at least in the younger years. I know that my 4-year-old's way easier for me personally to deal with, but those young years, fuck them, take them. I don't need it. Oh no, it is officially here. You know what it is. Engagement season, and maybe some of you were lucky enough to be engaged, and it is a very romantic time in one's life, but it is also really stressful, and nobody told me that. And I really wish something as wonderful as Zola had existed back when I was engaged back in, when was it, 2007, because there's so many stressful elements, and Zola has everything in one place, which is so great. And I'm gonna tell you something, if I could offer one piece of advice to people who are engaged and about to be married, is if you don't want plates and things like that, have people donate money to your vacation fund, or just money to, hey, we're just plain broke and starting in the world fund. Zola makes wedding planning easier and less stressful with wedding websites, registries, invites, and a guest list manager all in one place. How great is that? So you don't have to go to many different places. It's all there. There's free wedding website designs, which is amazing, and the highest rated registry of all times. Register for gifts, experiences, and honeymoon funds. That's what I was telling you. Plus, you get the 20% off post-wedding discount, and on Zola, you can find beautiful, affordable invites and paper, because God knows that is a stressful part, is getting that darn the invites in the paper. So it's all there at Zola. They'll help you collect addresses and track online RSVPs with their free guest list manager. Zola has helped 1 million couples get married, and they will help you too. What are you going to do? You go to zola.com/WMMA today and use promo code SAVE50 to get 50% off your save the dates. That's awesome. You can also get a free personalized paper sample before your purchase. Hey now, that's 50% off. Save the dates at zola.com/WMMA, promo code SAVE50. Thank you, Zola. Let's get into some news items that I came across. Did you hear about this IKEA story? IKEA agreed to pay $46 million to a family after one of their dressers tipped over and killed their toddler. I mean, here's a picture of the little boy who is just adorable. And apparently there was a flaw in the dresser that when you opened up a drawer, it would just like topple over onto the child. So I've heard about nightmare stories like this in the past. So what I have done and what I do, in fact, I just hired somebody yesterday to do this because we'll be moving soon. Hire a handyman to come and just bolt the furniture to the walls. I'm talking about bookshelves, drawers, anything that can be pulled down in that kid's room because, man, oh man, $46 million is... It does not even cover the cost of the loss of your kid. No fucking way. Can you believe this, Nadav? What a nightmare.
Yeah, I can't even imagine this happening to someone. It's like you start thinking like, oh, 46 million, that's a lot. But it's like, is that fair to lose your 2-year-old kid to an IKEA furniture?
No. It's a nightmare for these poor parents to have to, go to court and then 3 years later they get this. It's like, okay, there's no amount of money that can replace your children.
I mean, I feel like the only good thing that might have come out of this, God, that already sounds terrible to start with that. But, they recalled all those dressers that could topple over. So they're at least preventing the same accident happening to other kids. And I mean, a kid dying is just terrible.
It's always terrible. But let's be honest, IKEA furniture ain't the best to begin with. I get it. Sometimes it's your only option, but I hate that stuff anyway. Have you ever had a piece of IKEA furniture that was great? I mean, it's always rickety and shitty.
Yeah, it starts rickety.
Sucks.
It starts rickety. And then, I remember I had one of those tables. It was like on wheels, and you could. It was kind of like a side table.
I know
thing.
What you're talking about. I think I had the same thing.
Yeah, and it was always rickety, and then one day it just kind of it ricketed in the wrong direction and just went completely flat. Just everything that kept it upright is just like it's now just like 5 pieces of wood just flat on the floor.
No.
It's like, cool, my laptop was on here.
Yeah.
Rad.
It's my cup of water. Yeah.
Yeah, everything's ruined. Thanks,
Everything.
IKEA.
And the part of the problem is you're putting it together and you're not a skilled furniture person. So everything's loose and wonky and wobbly. Just don't get your shit at IKEA, man.
Yeah, whenever you do it, you're just like, this is probably tight enough. It's not.
It's not.
It's not.
You
but
ain't Jesus.
Now I've learned that, you could just go on Amazon and you could hire someone for like $50 to come assemble shit for you.
Is that right?
And they'll do a much better job than you would have.
Wait, you mean you go on Amazon and you hire like a handyman?
Yeah, there's like services or like TaskRabbit, like, if there's something that you don't want to do and you're like, I know I'm genuinely bad at doing this, and you have some extra scratch to spend on something, you're just like, let's just have someone that has something at stake if they do this bad.
Yeah, a little accountability.
Exactly. They're like, they want to get a good tip, they want to get a good review, so they're gonna do it well.
I agree. And look, I mean, if you're gonna spend the money, just get something good that's not gonna be cheap. And also, parents, I spend money on safety proofing, like kid proofing my house like a maniac. And I know people. Here's an example, by the way. Your staircase, right? There's regulation inches every slat of that staircase. The what the fuck is that called?
The guardrail? Or the banister?
Yeah, like the slats and on a railing.
Mm-hmm.
They say, there's regulation. They can only be 1.5 inches apart or whatever, right? In California. Well, let me tell you something. One time, they say, on the staircase, the railing, those slats, that's pretty much what mine looks like. Yeah, they can be an inch and a half apart. Kids can't squeeze through that. So that's safe. And we moved into the house we're in now. And I believe, you're like, yeah, sure, I guess that's good. And I look one day, and Ellis was 2 years old, and I see him. He's long and lean, man. I see him squeezing his little body through one of these slats at the top, at the landing.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, and I was like, you got to be kidding me. So I called immediately. I found somebody on Yelp to come in.
Fix that?
You've put plexiglass. So what I did, like a maniac, is I put plexiglass on all my staircase stuff. And then I put baby gates. I had them professionally installed at the bottom of, the bottom and the top. And just do it. Take spend the extra money to proof your house when they're wobbly and they're not walking quite yet. Because, man, what is that stupid saying? An ounce of prevention. Spend the money. Just prevent it.
Yeah, prevention's better than cure.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you'd rather your kid not get a big old head wound
Oh,
instead of going to the emergency room and getting stitches or staples or something.
I know. It's terrifying. Anyway, my heart goes out. Not that it's his parents' fault, but do what you can. You can't prevent against everything. But for God's sakes, try to get that dresser nailed to the wall. And especially if you live in California, we have earthquakes. Have your artwork professionally mounted too, because in 94, was that 94? Yeah, that big earthquake happened.
Yeah.
All that artwork, all the glass in your house would just come crashing on the floor, and now you're going to step on all that glass, or that shit's going to. Don't put artwork over your bed if you live in California with the earthquakes.
Mm-hmm. Nothing that could drop on you. Like my dad had a fish tank that we had to walk over. That was all broken and shit with expensive fish.
Where were you during that earthquake?
I was in North Hollywood.
So you were right. Yeah.
Yeah. How old? Let's see. That was in 94, so I was like 6 or 7.
Oh my God. I was 18 or 17.
I mean, it was not
17.
it didn't feel like a big deal. We're just like, oh, we're going outside at 3 a.m. or like whenever it happened. And I remember like my dad's like, I got to go back in and get some shit. And then like I remember seeing my older sisters crying like, he's going back inside. Pretty cool. Pretty neat memory.
It's a fun memory. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know. And I'm a nut about that. I earthquake proof the house all because of 94. I got, man, listen, you want to know, listen, I got anxiety. You want to know what Christina P does in her house? I'm a maniac, bruh. I'm a maniac. First of all, drinkable water. I got containers of that in our house in case of earthquake.
Do you have it stashed like in every corner in case one thing gets like blocked off or something?
Not every corner, just in the pantry. I got canned foods. I got solar blankets. I got granola.
Solar blankets?
Solar blankets. You got to have them.
Is that the aluminum foil stuff?
Yeah, it's tin foil.
Okay.
I make a little hat, and then I talk to the UFOs in the sky. Beep, 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 beep. You got to get your flashlights. We got flashlights in the house. There's great ones by the Red Cross. We have them around the house now. You just plug them in to the plugs, and then if there's an emergency, they just go on automatically because they're charged up. All that stuff, bros. I'm all over this. Come on now. I wanted to get a backup generator like a real maniac.
Wow. Yeah. That's like a doomsday prepper.
So crazy. But they're very expensive. Yeah. The kind I wanted was a lot of money. I was like, I don't think so. Yeah, let's say I had a little anxiety issue back a couple years ago.
So hold on.
Go ahead.
You experienced the earthquake in your formative years.
Yes.
Okay.
Trauma.
Yeah, this is making a lot of sense.
Well, after that, and I'll tell you, it was...
And you were closer to Northridge, too, where the epicenter was.
Bruh. So I was in the West Valley, San Fernando Valley, and I was like 17 years old, and everything, it was chaos. Like every grocery store had windows shattered. People could loot. There was no electricity for 3 days. We were pissing and shitting into plastic bags in the toilet because there was no running water. Like, it was horrendous. So, yeah, I remember, and I ain't going through it again. Okay. Crazy town. It's horrible. All right, let's move on. Other topics. IKEA. Okay, this is great. Parents are furious. I love these outrage stories. Parents don't find the LOL surprise doll's genitals very funny. This is in the New York Post. This is an article. I guess there are these dolls that come in boxes, and it's a gender reveal. You don't know what the doll is until you open it. And lo and behold, there's either a vagina or a penis on the doll. And now I have to be honest, I saw the photo on the bottom left, and I was like, I don't know what that is. Is that a penis or a vagina?
That looked a little weird to me too.
Yeah.
But I think it's just an uncircumcised penis.
So, right. And so that doll would be like a 2-year-old with an uncircumcised. Gotcha. Because he's got the beans.
Right. He's got the beans. He's got the Frank too, just, with extra
relish.
Extra sauce on it.
There it goes. And so there is outrage over a doll that has genitals, which is hilarious to me. Hey man, is it that crazy that a doll has genitals? I think it's crazier when the doll doesn't. Because I remember when Ken, when you figured out genitalia and that's the first thing you do, by the way, right? When you're a kid, you have Ken, you have Barbie, you strip them naked, and they hump all day long, right? It is a blow bang sex fest with Ken and Barbie, and then maybe G.I. Joe comes around and he gets in on the action, and she's a hoe. That's what you do. You're practicing sex with Barbie and Ken. And the part that he didn't like, why? And they would give, no, they didn't. We Googled naked Barbie. Because, I think Ken, they gave like a bump. Like he just had like a neutered bump.
I thought they just both had mounds.
Well, let's see. Yeah, see. He's got like a weird mound. Yeah, his mound was like a peener mound. And then let's see her vagine. Yeah. It's so weird. Like, why?
Actually, yeah, that seems updated. I don't think it was like that when I was a kid.
Yeah. Is that updated? They gave, no, that does look more, because I think when I was a kid, Ken was just smooth.
Yeah, when I saw my sister's Barbies, it was just the same. It's the same doll, just a different head, pretty much. Yeah. I mean, I guess Barbie had some boobs on her, but.
And look, I know that Barbie's bad for little girls and their body image, but I gotta say, I wish I looked like Barbie because she is so hot. She's perfect. Don't you wish? Not you, me. Now, Skipper was weird because she had no titties. Did you ever see a Skipper doll? I didn't like Skipper.
I have not.
I was like, why fuck with Skipper when you can get Barbie, who's got big tits? Because Skipper just was flat as a pancake. Yeah, she had really nice hair, so you could play with her hair and stuff, but her body wasn't as banging. Yeah, it's like, why what's the point? What is the point? And now they're making Barbie fat and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know. I get that they're trying to make the doll, they're trying to make the doll reflect. Here she is, trailer trash Barbie with a double chin and a gunt and a moo-moo. Hilarious. Yeah, they're trying to make her fatty. I'm serious. They're making like size appropriate or size inclusive Barbie. And guess what? It's not selling very well. What a shocker that girls don't want to play with fat Barbies. Weird. What? Why? You mean you don't aspire to be overweight as a grown-up adult? I mean, yeah, nobody wants to be overweight. I'm sorry. It's a fallacy. I don't think you want it. Yeah, here she is. She's husky. What is this Barbie? Is this one chunky?
It's the you can be anything Barbie.
Well, oh, for God.
Mm-hmm.
But they
just got to worry about her job, not about her waist.
Oh, you can be any. Well, that's good. I think Barbie, that was the point of Barbie initially, was to show girls in the 60s that you could be anything. Like Barbie was like a flight attendant or a secretary. I mean, not everything. She could be almost anything. You got to keep your goals in check, girls. But yeah, now she can do anything. Now she can be a doctor, not just a nurse, which is exciting. I liked Barbie. Let me see. Scroll up. Look at that fat one again. Is that a spoof or that's a real one?
I don't think this one's real. Yeah, it looks like they just added
they
chins.
Just photoshopped
They just
her.
added chins to this one, I think.
Hilarious. No, but Google like age or what is it called? Like inclusive fat Barbie. I don't know what the fuck they would. Let's say.
I mean, I think one of the ones. Yeah, I think this one was a legit one.
Yeah,
It's like this one.
she's husky, yeah.
The nurse or the doctor one was. Yeah. Whoops. That was a slip.
The nurse.
Yeah, women could be.
Oh, and there's
doctors.
wheelchair Barbie.
Oh, boy.
Every kid's dream is to play with wheelchair Barbie.
Do you think? Yeah, you think that's a hot seller?
I talk about it in my act, so I don't want to talk about it too much here. But it's ridiculous, guys. I mean, okay. I get it. It's nice to have it, but I just don't think from. Okay, I got to stop talking about this. It's not cost effective, is it, to mass make the very, very marginalized doll?
Definitely not
item.
Internationally.
Right. Like, okay, I get it. That there's a
Maybe in
kid out there.
America. But it's one of those things where I think it's just the squeaky wheels say that they want the big one, but then,
They don't.
capitalism suggests that no one wants it.
The market's telling us nobody wants Fat Barbie, guys. Nobody. I mean, look, I'm chunky. I don't want to see myself as chunky,
Yeah, when you play with toys, you want to escape to a fantasy land.
Right.
You don't want to be reminded of every day. Oh, right,
That's right. It's called aspirational play. Yeah, that's why Barbie has ridiculously long blonde hair or long blue hair or long black hair, whatever. It's because it's not reality. And anyway, do they make Kens anymore? Let's Google Ken.
Do they make Kens?
Uh-huh. Let's see if he's around. Or is he I wonder what Ken's like now.
Oh, boy.
No. He's so gay looking. Ken always looked gay, and that is not him now. Is that him now?
I think that's maybe inclusive Ken.
He's got a 2020 douche cut.
What is it? Look at him. No, that's the old school Ken. Oh my
That's
God.
new school. Oh, my God. Is that Ken with a man bun?
It is.
And slides? Jesus. Okay, that
This
can't
is
be real.
So, wait, can't they make Ken just look heterosexual? Like, what's hard about that?
It's not inclusive, Christina.
Can't you make Ken look like a dude?
Got to be androgynous.
Yeah, they are. It's look at how feminine Ken is. Oh my God. I can't believe she wants to bang that guy. Look at him. He looks like he's 12. Doesn't he look like who does he look like? Justin Bieber with that stupid hair? But Ken always had stupid hair. Oh, look at his gay clothes. Oh my God. Is he wearing a mesh see-through shirt too? Why don't they make okay. This one's naked. You know what they should make for teenage girls is okay, here's my Ken. It's my dad's a preacher and rebelling Ken. Why don't they have that? He's got tattoos and he plays the acoustic guitar and he writes songs for you.
He's got job stoppers.
Job stopper. Yeah,
Fuck my dad.
Yeah. Yeah, and he's
Ken with daddy issues.
that's what I want. Yeah, give me daddy issues, Ken. And he's got a cool car and he's like, let's get out of here, babe. And you get into his you get into his ride. Then he fingers you in his car. And you learn how to French. Get to second base with that guy. And he puts a little bit of pressure on, but not a lot. He's not like in the movies where he's like, do you love me or not? Are we going to fuck? He's just like, I want to touch your stuff. And you let him. You let him because you like him. And you make out with him. He's got cigarette breath. Yeah. None of these guys are effable. These Kens are not. They're all
None of them? Not even this Puerto Rican looking one?
Oh, I do like the Puerto Rican one. I do like this. Ooh, I do like him, but his gear is kind of whack. I'm not feeling that gear. I don't know. I do like the guy that looks like John Mayer.
Which
that
one's
kid.
that? This guy?
Wait, is John Mayer? No, John Legend. Sorry.
Oh,
different
yeah.
John.
Way
He
off.
looks cute. Yeah, sorry. Different guy. That one.
Okay.
I like that guy. The
Ooh,
white
what about
guys are
these
not.
shoes, though?
Not feeling the white guys. Yeah, what the? They're cool until they mess up their shoes.
Yeah, until you look a little closer.
look at middle management Ken in the middle with his khaki shorts and his topsiders. What a fucking nerd. Barbie's boyfriend aspires to middle management. Okay. I don't know. Look, I don't have the answers, you guys. I don't have the answers. But man, the world it's never been perfect. All right, let's do some follow-ups. Let's start with a voicemail. Follow-up voicemail. Poor favor.
Hi, Mommy. My name's Sandra. The grossest thing I eat, I still eat it sometimes for lunch, and I have eaten it on the toilet, is a mustard, cheese, and peanut butter sandwich. My dad used to make them for us when we would run out of ingredients, and it is delicious.
No.
My son, he's 4.5. He even likes to eat them sometimes, but we always eat them on the down low because my husband thinks it's disgusting. Bye, Jean. Love you.
Ugh.
You nasty as hell, girl. You need to be shot. What is it? Mustard, peanut butter.
Mustard, cheese, and peanut butter.
Okay, I need more details, though.
This sounds almost Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah, this is nasty.
Where it's you start sympathizing with the terrible stuff that they made you eat in jail, and then you like it.
Yeah, right. This is like Danny Brown, where he's like, I crunch up Doritos, put that shit on a Slim Jim. It's delicious. Now, hold on. But here's my question. I wish we had her number. I would call her back and get deep into the matter. What kind of mustard, what kind of cheese, and what kind of peanut butter? Also, what kind of bread? Because here's the deal, man. I see if you're doing like a Kraft macaroni, a Kraft cheese slice, the processed American, okay? You put a little French's yellow on that. I'm there so far. And I can see how like Skippy on that, like a thin layer of Skippy, might be interesting to balance out the flavors.
Hold on, I feel like you need to try this next episode. I will make sure that one of these mustard, cheese, and peanut butter sandwiches are going to be prepped and ready to go.
Okay, I'm fucking holding you to it.
All right, so you want American singles.
American.
You want some Jif? No, you want Skippy.
Skippy.
Now, do you want creamy? Do you want crunchy?
No, I think that would ruin.
You want smooth.
And
a thin
little.
layer of smooth, and then a little bit of French's yellow mustard.
I think so.
And you're saying that sounds like something that is palatable and that you could eat?
Well, here's what I'm saying is that I like the mustard and I like the cheese and I like the bread. And I'm imagining the peanut butter is salty and sweet at the same time. So maybe that'll balance the flavors. I don't know. But let's try it. Should we be trying these? Ugh.
Yeah.
Ugh. Oh, doggies. I love them. So I've been a dog person my whole life, and I've rescued dogs. My mother-in-law just rescued a dog, and the first thing anybody asks you when they meet your dog is, what kind of dog is that? And if you have a rescue, you really don't know most of the time, which is why I recommend Embark. Embark is a great way to know the origins of your little friends. And you might say to yourself, why do I need a dog DNA test? Isn't that silly? Well, A, it's fun to know. It's good to know. And B, it helps you know what things they might be prone to, health issues and stuff like that. You can screen for over 170 genetic health conditions that may exist in the breed that your dog is and help your vet provide the best medical care for your dog. And I'm telling you, it's so easy to do. We got the Embark kit this holiday, and she brought her little doggie, and all you do is you swab, easy, swab the back of the doggie's mouth, put it in the mail, and boom, that's it. We're waiting, and I can't wait to find out what her dog is, because it is really special when you actually know what your dog is. It's fun, and it helps, right? Okay, so try it out. Embark Dog DNA Test. You may have tried other dog DNA kits in the past, but the Embark Dog DNA Test Kit is the most comprehensive kit on the market. Because they've looked at over 250 breeds and 170 genetic health conditions to help you best care for your pup. Embark is the only research-grade dog DNA test kit on the market. I love it. I think you should give it a shot. I can't wait to see the results from my mother-in-law's Embark kit. And right now, Embark has an exclusive offer you can't get anywhere else. Go to embarkvet.com now and use promo code WMMA to save 15% off your dog DNA test kit. Visit embarkvet.com and use promo code WMMA to save. Embark. Hello Fresh, Poblano tacos, apricot chicken, the Lucy burger. These are all things I made over my holiday vacation with my little kiddos using HelloFresh. I love HelloFresh. You get out of your rut. You know, when am I ever going to make apricot chicken? When am I ever going to do poblano tacos if it doesn't get delivered to my front door? And it comes so easy. Everything is prepackaged. You just look at the recipe, you follow instructions. My 4-year-old and I did it. We made our poblano tacos in under 20 minutes. They were so tasty and the ingredients were so fresh. And it really is a great experience to cook with your family, with your kiddos. It becomes the kids feel empowered because they're doing it with you and also doing a lot of the stuff themselves. So yeah, it takes the stress out of cooking. HelloFresh can actually help you eat more. HelloFresh's pre-portioned ingredients mean there's less prep for you and less food waste. The packaging HelloFresh uses to ship your food is almost entirely made from recyclable and or recycled content. How great is that? It is America's #1 meal kit, America's best value meal kit, and you get the most meal for your moolah. The best part is HelloFresh is now from $5.66 per serving. How great is that? I mean, that is cheaper than going to some fast food place. At least you know what's in your food because you are making it yourself. I love it. Try it out now. Go to HelloFresh.com/WMMA10 and use code WMMA10 during HelloFresh's New Year's sale for 10 free meals, including free shipping. Again, go to HelloFresh.com/WMMA10 and use code WMMA10 during HelloFresh's New Year's sale to get 10 free meals, including free shipping. Doesn't that sound great, Nadav? Apricot chicken, poblano tacos, Lucy burgers, all good. Thank you, HelloFresh. All right, let me read some other ones. There was one that I thought of that really haunted me for a long time. Hold on. This one is the nastiest bitch in the world. Okay. Oh my God, you guys are going to die. Latchkey kid food. Here we go, guys. You sent them in. I'm going to read them. You're going to vomit. Get ready to puke. Okay. Hold on. I just lost. Okay. Latchkey. We listen to the podcast. Here's the thing that we lived on. Heavy after school rotation. Number 1, microwaved scrambled eggs with salt and pepper. Easy. That's not bad. Number 2, frozen White Castle burgers with ketchup for dipping. Okay. I'm not a huge White Castle fan.
I can fuck with that.
Yeah, it's not terrible, but I'm not really into White Castle. This is the one that really, really made me want to vomit, and it stuck with me for a while. Okay, guys, here it is. Velveeta mac and cheese. Okay. With a can of tuna mixed into it. No, Nadav. No. No.
You know, I couldn't really understand how you were able to visualize that mustard cheese and peanut butter sandwich. And I feel like the tables are reversed now. You know, I could see. Oh, you know what? I feel like I might have actually had that before, where it's like they mixed like a cold macaroni salad with a cold tuna salad.
Right. Okay.
So I think I've had something similar to that before.
Wait a minute. Don't Americans make tuna casserole? Like, isn't this similar?
Oh yeah, that shit I never got though.
But what is tuna casserole? Isn't this kind of similar then?
It's kind of like you just dump a bunch of shit in a baking tin.
Okay,
and then just
who's white in there, Chris? Your mom made a tuna casserole. What is that stuff? Is it noodles?
My mom didn't make it, but my babysitter definitely did.
See, I knew it.
Yeah, what is it?
She called it tuna casserole. It's a lot. It tasted a lot like Hamburger Helper, or Tuna Helper, I guess, is the more obvious comparison.
But what's in it?
I think it definitely obviously had tuna in it.
Right, but it's
noodles.
noodles.
Had noodles.
See,
it had
celery.
I think it had like breadcrumbs. Like a lot of casseroles are sprinkled with breadcrumbs on top.
Yeah, that's good.
And some sort of like creamy sauce of some sort to kind of like hold it together.
Right. So this isn't so far off. It sounds like the Velveeta mac and cheese is the creamy sauce. You put your tuna in there. You add some celery, some breadcrumb, right? And then you got this tuna casserole.
Yeah, I guess it's a lot like making like a pot pie, but worse.
Yeah, disgusting. Great. Thank you. Okay, are you ready for number 4? This one sounds good, actually. brownie mix with a candy bar smashed and baked into it. That sounds good. I really,
hell yeah.
I really liked adding Snickers and Heath bars to box brownie mix. That's dope. I would often not add things like egg to the mix because my mom didn't want me to, quote, waste the eggs because it all adds up. So the eggs I would save to microwave. Instead of eggs, I tried to bind the mix with soda or juice. It didn't work, but I'd eat it all anyway. That's Latchkey kid style, bro. Okay, here's her fifth one. Fried canned mushrooms on toast with American cheese on top.
Hold on, say that one more time.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think I heard you right.
Okay, fried canned mushrooms. So she's taking canned mushrooms, frying them up, putting them on toast, and then a slice of American cheese on top. That could be okay.
So it's toast with fried canned mushrooms and cheese, like a mushroom melt type of deal.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's how you could think of it. Yeah, like a mushroom.
Definitely sounds better.
Yeah, it's not that one's not terrible. But initially, I was like the tuna in the.
I could see myself tasting that.
Yeah, I would taste that shit. I would taste all this shit. I don't like Velveeta mac and cheese though. It always was too creamy for me. I'm a purist with my powder.
Yeah. Isn't powder also made by Velveeta?
I'm sure they do a powdered version, but I remember the.
Oh, you're talking about
pouchy.
the craft powder. That's it.
That's what I like.
Right. Okay.
The old school orange powder, the real nasty processed. That's what I love.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Okay, so here's some other nasty treats, guys. This is Lindsay. She's a varsity mom of twin 3-year-old boys. Holy crap. Living the dream in Queens, New York. Shout out to Queens, Lindsay. One of the things that has brought me the most consistent joy in my lifetime is my secret ramen recipe. And when I describe it, it has all the appeal of moose soup. But when you try it, I swear you'll never go back. Start with Top Ramen or Maruchan, right, that other brand. Maruchan, I don't know how to fucking say it. Ramen, brand chili flavor. So she's talking, you start with the chili flavor. Beef flavor is also acceptable. It's important to put the seasoning in the water and cook the noodles in the seasoned water, stovetop obvi, she writes. Pour the cooked noodles and broth into a large bowl. Okay, here's her secret now. Add half a can of Rotel original diced tomatoes with green chilies. Then for the grand finale, add a large dollop of sour cream and mix it all together.
Sour cream.
I know.
I feel like it's almost like we're changing the cuisine. You know, this is going from an Asian type of food to like an Italian type of
Oh yeah, that's what I did to mine because I would add shaky cheese to mine.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this does kind of look like a good creamy soup.
Yeah, because when you think about it, what she's really doing, so she's adding diced tomatoes and the sour cream. The sour cream can be thought of as, you know, when you make creamy soups, you add whipped cream, whipping cream, heavy cream. Mm-hmm. So this is kind of like adding heavy cream, tomatoes to a noodle soup, to a beef broth noodle soup. It's not, so it's basically, she's making like a creamy tomato soup with noodles.
Yeah, a cream of tomato.
Yeah, with the ramen. It's not bad.
This ain't bad. This ain't too crazy. This is not too crazy.
But it sounds gross. It still sounds gross. Here's the other follow-up we got about Lunchables. I mentioned Lunchables in the last episode and how thoroughly disgusting but delicious they are. And this woman writes, yes, we still buy them, us white trash Gen X moms. It's my go-to when I have sitters. All is pre-cut, easy to put on the dish, and my kids love them. And as you can see on the label, not only packed with preservatives, but protein. I know. They say everything has protein now. They're like, that Oreo cookie's got protein. Like, no, it doesn't, shitbird. I love it. I love it. Lunchables. Look at that. Yeah. Those are good. Did you fuck with Lunchables? I forget if you said that.
I feel like I've definitely had them. My mom didn't get them all the time, but I remember that was a hot commodity to trade up on the lunch schoolyard.
On the schoolyard.
Yeah,
Okay.
if you had Lunchables, you know, you were
it.
top dog.
Well, because first of all, not only did you get the nice processed protein, you also got a sugar water snack in there too. That's the Capri Sun.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. And then didn't they give you like a sugary snack too in addition to that? Like
No, but normally if you have Lunchables, you probably also have Dunkaroos or Gushers or some like fruit by the foot. Like it's not a well balanced thing.
Fruit by the foot. That shit was nasty
That
too.
shit was so good. It's like fruit leather, but worse for you.
Fruit leather. Fruit leather. I mean, could they have thought of a grosser?
It's a terrible name.
Yeah.
But God, it's good.
I know. You know what I did love was old school just fruit rolls, the big ass ones that were as big as like a personal pizza.
Yeah, and you'd always fuck up like peeling it off of the plastic. And then at a certain point, I would just take my teeth and start scraping it off.
You don't want to waste all that fruity goodness.
Yeah, you're like, oh, there's like a shoelace worth of fruit leather on this thing. And then you just fuck up your teeth, and then it's just like lodged in the like on the roof of your mouth for like a day and a half.
What was your fave?
I was always like anything red, a red berry. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all the same flavor.
It's all
kinda.
the same
It
shit.
just tastes like red.
Yeah, I like the apricot. That was my jam. Oof. I would eat so many because my dad would never monitor what I was eating. And when we did go to the grocery store, I would just get like a handful of fruit rolls, some budget gourmet frozen dinners, mac and cheese. And I would just eat them like in one day. I would eat all the fruit rolls. Nobody ever checked me. It was so nasty. God, would you even, I would not, I don't know if I'd give my kids fruit roll. No, maybe when they're older.
Maybe it's one of those things where it's like you get one a week. you know?
Yeah. It's but fruit leather. Ugh. They can't think of a better. That's Trader's Joe kind. Yeah. It's fruit leather.
Yeah, the thick shit.
Ugh, that was.
Kinda
I don't
need to
like
bite
that.
into it.
Yeah, I don't like those fruit leather. Ugh. God, it's nasty. It's not appetizing. Okay, this one comes from Caitlin G. I loved this one. I'm a huge fan. She writes, "Thank you." Okay, she was a latchkey kid too. So this is one of the snacks that stands out, and this is so funny because I 100% had the same snack, although it wasn't a snack, it was a meal for me because of my single dad raising me. Something called canned hash. Canned hash is a mystery beef, potato chunks, and some random orange vegetables loaded with salt, preservatives, and God knows what else. If it's still legal to make this, you could probably find it at your local discount grocery store. To prep this meal, she did live with her dad too, which is funny. To prep this meal, he would open the can, dump the slimy mush into the bowl, and microwave it. It's the same one. That's it. The Livy's corned beef hash. That's my childhood, 100%. Look how nasty that stuff is. Nadav, look how nasty that is. Look, this is the best part. She writes, when he microwaved it, it smelled 100% like dog food. Yes, it does. And it still does, I'm sure. The Hormel kind we get and the Libby's. And you're right. When I would open it as a kid, I'd be like, oh, this is like dog food. And it's even colored like dog food.
Yeah, that looks pretty dog foody.
It is. I'm convinced they use the same shit for Alpo.
Actually, that's homemade.
Anyway, she writes, he would cover the entire bowl in ketchup. I was convinced he was feeding us dog food, but alas, we survived. She writes also, I make my ramen with the Keurig machine because I'm too lazy to heat up a saucepan. Dad taught us that hack too. Oh my, that's like a road comic trick. That's so funny. That's what road comics do. You use the Keurig as your water source for the week. That's crazy. There needs to be like a single dad hack segment too. Like, single dad, send me your hacks, because my dad had those too. Like, number one, no real plates in the house ever. I did not eat on a real plate unless I was at my mother's house. We lived off of paper plates, plastic utensils, and then he would do to jazz up the paper plates is he would buy the paper plate. It was like made out of wicker or something, like a wicker container, a wicker plate holder. Do you know what I'm talking about, Native? It's a wicker plate cozy for the paper plate so that you felt a little less white trash. It's like a straw plate. Yeah, there it is. A plate cozy. A plate cozy. My dad had plate cozies.
Wait, so you wouldn't eat on that? You would use that to just hold all the paper plates?
to cradle. So what you do, my dad's house, when you want to eat something, you get the paper plate, you put it in the cozy, the wicker cozy. Yeah, and then that's how you would eat. You would eat with the that was like the nice version. He's like, you're not just gonna eat on a plate, are you? You gotta put it in the cozy. Like that's the kind of nuttiness. Yeah, you can't just eat a paper plate. Put it in the thing. Put it in the thing, the straw thing. Yeah, but ours weren't even that fancy. Holy cow! But I love that she uses the Keurig machine. You ever tried corned beef hash?
I had it at like my mom. I mean, that's so far away from the type of food that my mom would make or eat that I don't think I've tried it until I was mid-20s. And I was like, This is kind of garbage. Didn't really like it.
It's one of those foods
like blended meat.
It's nasty as hell. It's one of those foods that if you don't get it as a kid, it's like religion, like when they indoctrinate you early or Disneyland or something like that. You got to get in early. Otherwise, It's not for you. But what kind of nasty Israeli stuff did you get?
I mean, I just got like cheap cut-arounds. So like instead of name brand cereal, where it's like we like Cocoa Puffs,
No.
we'd get Cocoa, I don't know, rocks or something.
Right.
Like and it came in bulk. She got lots of stuff cheap and in bulk. So she would get and it was literally the same size as what you'd get dog food in.
Right.
And so she'd put it in the cabinet. We'd have the first bowl, and we're like, "This is so bad." And she's like, "Well, you're not getting the real shit until you finish this."
She's like, "This ain't Cocoa Puffs. This is Cocoa Pops."
Right, exactly.
You get
so
shit
That's
version.
the trick then. So
God damn it.
So we can't get the good stuff until we finish the bad stuff, and we'll never finish the bad stuff. So she just doesn't, buy
I know.
the name brand
but
stuff.
as an adult now, you look in the section of cereal and you're like, motherfucker, how much more was the brand? It's not that more, dude.
Well, now I'm eating cereal as an adult because it's like it could be this good. Like I didn't know it was depraved for me. And I mean, it wasn't until I went to college that I realized that you take medicine to get better.
What?
Like my mom's always just like, nah, what are you gonna do? Go to the doctor. He says you have a cold. And then he says, go home and rest. And I was like, oh, yeah, medicine. Yeah, sure. Yeah, never go to the doctor.
That's how my dad was, too. He's like, what are you going to go to the doctor for? He's just going to tell you need to take a Tylenol. I'm
right.
Like, no, that's not accurate at all.
Yeah, but I would get like a bronchital infection once a year. And so, like the first year in college that I had a job, I got sick and I told my boss, I was like, hey, so I'm sick. I can't come in today. He was like, all right, well, then I'll see you tomorrow. Like, I don't know, man. It's going to be a while. He's like, a while?
Yeah, go to the doctor.
No, you're
asshole.
going to the doctor and you're getting a note or medicine. I was like, okay. Went to the doctor. And normally this thing would like take a week or two to like run its course. I was completely fine within 24 hours.
Of course.
And boy, did my mom get it talking to. I got so upset. I was like, this stuff works? I could have not missed my 4th grade Catalina trip.
Right. Antibiotics. Oh, I don't think my dad took me to get antibiotics once. It was my mom that did that.
Yeah,
Wow.
I'm not sure I ever got those until I was in college.
You know, my dad.
I got walking pneumonia.
Oh my god! Oh, great. You know, my dad told me, he'd be like, "What are you using conditioner for?" He goes, "You're washing your hair, and then you're just putting the grease back into your hair." And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's not accurate. I know that that's wrong. I know I don't belong to this family. I can't wait to get my letter from Hogwarts to get me out of this family. That, and he would, what was another one? He's like, crows live to be 100. I'm like, that's not accurate. No, not that either.
My dad would do a thing where if you ever complained about something,
oh boy,
he always had a friend that died of the thing that you're complaining of.
Of course.
So it's just a sneaky way to get you like, why don't you stop complaining about it? I have a dead friend.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, sorry.
Oh yeah.
What are you complaining about? Yeah, just like, oh, my arm feels a little sore. He's like, oh, well, I had a friend that had an arm fall off when we were kids.
Of course.
And he didn't complain. And I was just like, oh, okay.
I know. That's the kind of psychology you and I got from our immigrant parents. Like, oh, you got a problem? You don't got a problem. I got a problem. I'm growing out of the problem. Like, oh,
right.
Shut up.
The whole you got nothing to complain about.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good for kids.
Yeah.
Really
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Just completely detach them from their feelings. Okay. Let's do one more of these nasty treats because I do love them. You know what it is? I love knowing the details of people's lives. Like, aren't you? I'm endlessly fascinated by what people do privately. Like, what are you eating?
Right. Like,
I love it.
how were Americans raised? Because I
Yeah.
just feel like so much was different in the homes that we grew up in. It's just like, wait, that was a normal thing for you guys?
I know.
Tuna casserole.
What? I love it. I just love knowing the minutia of people's lives. Okay. This is Julia emailing from Ohio. I was listening to the podcast when you guys were discussing how you make your ramen. I had to add, my husband makes his ramen per package instructions, then slathers a couple pieces of bread with peanut butter, scoops up some noodles, and lays them right on top. Finally, he folds that nastiness in half, and down the hatch it goes. He was in the Navy, and the majority of expenses were on alcohol, so he came up with the cheap concoction to keep himself alive. On the rare occasion we indulge in some ramen, he still eats it this way, keep him high and tight. That is disgusting.
I mean, that doesn't sound so bad.
You know what
Just
doesn't?
carbs on carbs on carbs, you know?
It's carbs on carbs, and I feel like the peanut butter will cut the sodium, the salt, because ramen is just it's salt, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if you get a piece of bread with peanut butter and then you put noodles in that, that's going to turn into a cement block in your stomach, and you will not be hungry for a long time.
I know.
I've definitely had tricks like that in college where it's like, let's just take a piece of bread, some peanut butter in it, and then like this will get me good until like later on tonight.
Like an MRE, like in the
Right.
military, they're like 4,000
Right.
calorie meals, so you don't shit for a week out in the bush. Wait, so you would eat? So your brick meal was like?
Yeah, like say for example, like I had a full day of class, and I was like, I'm out of like my student dollars that are allotted on your student ID.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, what am I gonna do? Well, I have a sack of sliced bread, I have some peanut butter, and yeah, I would just put a shit ton of peanut butter in that bread, roll it up into a ball, and then just like kind of take it like a pill. And I'll take one or two of those, and I'm like, cool, this will keep me good until dinner time.
How much
until
do
I
we?
come back.
How much do we hate ourselves? Like, what the fuck is wrong with us? I think about like, okay, so here's what I would do. I would go down to on Haight Street in San Francisco. There's Zona Rosa, which is a burrito place. I don't know if it's still there. And I would buy myself a burrito, and then it was the size of like a small child, like a 6-pound baby. And I would eat half of it for lunch and then eat half of it for dinner. And that was my whole day.
Hell yeah.
So nasty. I know. And coffee.
Yeah, the stuff that your body was able to turn into fuel back in like those days is like, I can't believe, I mean, like there was like a full month where I was just eating animal style fries every day.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, but like my body wasn't able to handle it.
No. Didn't you get sick?
Yeah, I got diverticulitis like a year or two after that, so it definitely didn't help. But it tastes so good,
It does
Christy.
taste
It tastes so good.
It tastes so good. Animal fries, damn. Anyways, super fun. I love hearing your nasty treats. Email me WhereMyMomsAt @gmail.com. Leave a voicemail 213-375-5184. A word of caution. I received a few emails. I had brought a hack to your guys' attention, the upside down high chair, where there is a mom hack of turning over the high chair and putting a car seat in the bottom. I got few people were like, do not do that. That is not stable enough to hold a baby's chair, and if it gets bumped on accident, it will fall over. I've seen it happen more than once. Also, I don't trust those slings they put the car seats in either. I've also seen those fall with a bump. If you're eating out with a little one, I suggest either getting a booth and tucking the seat in the back sideways, or if the chairs are large enough, putting the car seat on a chair at your table out of the way from any server or patron traffic. Thank you, Mallory. She also adds, I'm from Indiana, and the chili and the Frito bag trick I was discussing. Yeah, this is the video we were referencing. Do not do what this idiot is doing. I like the idea. Don't put your baby chair on top of a high chair.
Yeah, I mean, you can see that the base is wider than the top so that it doesn't topple over.
Right.
And if you put that upside down, you kind of get like an IKEA situation.
Oh, great. Well, they're hippies. Look at these dirtball hippie guys and girls. What do they know? So she writes, so I was talking about dumping a can of chili into a bag of Fritos. And she says, in Indiana, we call it the walking taco. All you're missing is some shredded cheese and fake lettuce. That was a highly anticipated lunch when I was
Fake lettuce?
Yeah, I think she means like, you know that Taco Bell lettuce, like
oh yeah,
that what iceberg. Like it's not nutritious
Okay,
at all.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
just water, chopped up water. What do you think about all the crap we ate? There's no, like, my kids don't eat like this really, not all the time. Not as much as we did. God damn. My parents never gave a shit. Okay. Oh, what else? This one I thought was pretty funny. Let's get into, we did our follow-ups. We did all our follow-ups. Do we have any mom hacks? Let's do a mom hack video.
Hey CP, AP
Oh, I love
here.
her.
Quick mom hack: if you've got sore nipples from breastfeeding because your child clustered feeds and you need a small break, to keep them calm but to kind of trick them, I just put him up to my breast and give him a binky, and he thinks that he's got the real thing for a minute, just so that I can take a breather. Thanks. Keep him high and tight.
I love it. Clever trick. So for those of you just listening, she's got her baby up to her breast and she just put a passy in his mouth. So he thinks that he's sucking on her, but it's on the pad. And those cluster feeds are no effing joke. I mean, you cannot get up to pee or do anything when babies are doing that nonsense. Oh God, it's such a nightmare. Glad to be done with those days. Mom hacks. Let's do some voicemails and then we'll get out on this one. I like this one.
Hey, Jeans. This is Janae from Colorado. I'm a mother of 3, and this is a mom hack for you. I did this when I had my son. He was 2.5, and I was pregnant with my daughter. I have 3 kids now, but I would hide his favorite toy and say that it was hiding and that he had to find it. And so I would just lay down on the couch so I could see everywhere he was going. We live in a very small apartment, but I would see everywhere he was going, but it would keep him occupied for, I don't know, half hour or so until he found his toy that was hiding from him. So there's my mom hack. Love you. Keep him high and tight. All right. Bye.
Love it. Anything to keep those little dudes entertained and out of your way for 5 seconds is amazing. I recently read a great one for little like toddlers. I don't know how it works. I don't know if it works, I should say. You get rice, dry rice. You put it in a Ziploc bag and then put food coloring in the rice. And you zip up this Ziploc bag and let them like squish it and play with it around. Now, my concern with that is that my toddler can figure out how to open the bag.
Yeah.
And now you've got food coloring. But I think maybe for younger kids who haven't figured out how to open stuff yet, that could be kind of fun. So I don't know, unless you're going to write in and tell me that I'm crazy and that's a crazy idea because of whatever that food dye eats through the bag or something I don't fucking know about. One more thing. Let's do this one I totally related to because I screwed up my kid. Let's go out on a mom fail. So this woman sent in a picture.
Now it's time for a round of mom fails.
Thanks, Nadav. Okay, bring up the photograph of this little girl. You're gonna die when you see this photo, and then I will explain to you. So for those of you just listening to the show, this is a cute, adorable little blonde girl, maybe 2 years old, and her face looks like she's been punched a few times. She's got some purple, red marks on her face and on her hands. Before he called child services, this little girl woke up before her mom and got into those little bath color tabs, made a mess of herself and the bathroom. When she came to my bed in the middle of the night, I thought she had messed herself really good. She was fine and the color came off, no problem. Pissed on me, beat me, Maggie. So I have had an accident with this. I've had the exact same thing happen. What these are bath tabs and they make bath time fun. You can get them on Amazon where they make the bath color different waters. The yellow one's a little alarming, but everything else is fun. And if you let them get into the whole thing, the key is to let them pick one color and they put it in and then the thing goes away, because otherwise the little paws will get into it and their hands will get stained and they will touch their face and everything else in your house and destroy everything. Also, just a word of unsolicited advice, don't let your kids play with bath bombs. I let my 3-year-old do it when he was 3. And those bath bombs that you put in the tub and they foam and they create like a fun spa environment? They also burn little hands and are not pleasant for toddlers. So don't be stupid like me and don't let your toddler play with bath bombs. The end. Okay. We've done a lot of good work today, you guys. How fat are you from the holidays? Let me know. WhereMyMomsAt@gmail.com. Just write and let me know, because I feel like I am really flogging myself, but I'm back on track. I'm drinking my Cardi B tea thing that I'm into, and I'm gonna work at it again. The relentless pursuit of trying to get my body back. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Sure, not really. One of these days. All right. Hey, didn't I have a catchphrase, Nadav? I'm not like it right now. Until next time, stay cool, moms. Was that it?
Was that it? Yeah, I think it was stay cool, moms.
Okay. Thank you for listening. Thank you for downloading. I hope you have a fantastic week. And until next time, stay cool, moms. Bye.
Where my mom's at? Where my mom's wearing thongs, hitting bongs at? Raising kids, cleaning shits, need a long nap. Where my mom's at?
Where my mom's at?